Welcome to your 2020 election coverage of... No, it's just video games. Video games, video game news, fuck, political election shit. It's all my feed is. It's been nothing but chaos. I hope everybody is doing all right. So let's run down. Vern, how are you?
Just don't stress out. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, no matter what happens, we'll be fine. How are you doing today, Vern?
I'm good, man. We got some next gen coming.
Next gen. Yeah. We also have...
Next gen, or is it current gen? I don't know.
The earliest man on the show today. We got Will. What's up, Will?
Hey, what's up?
Beating everybody in the Discord and the chat to hang out.
Yeah, man. Every once in a while, sometimes have to be on time, you know.
Oh no, you were before time. You got here like not even on time. You showed up early, made me look like a pleb. Yeah. You know, I was all like, "Oh shit, Will's in chat." I won't lie, I was asleep.
Cool, man.
My fucking thing went off at like 8:50, and I was just like, "Shit, I gotta get up." Gotta wake up.
Man. You gotta get you
some beauty sleep.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, for sure.
We also have Steph. How are you doing today, sir?
Feel refreshed.
Steph, I got some big news.
What's that?
Demon Slayer, sir.
What about it?
Got the Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was so good. It's awesome. It's beautiful.
Does it look better? I'm assuming it looks better than.
Oh yeah, like you have no artifacting or anything. Like it's just beautiful.
How much was it?
I got it for $30, I believe.
Okay.
But then it's the first 13 episodes, and then you can pre-order the last half, and that's $50.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Isn't there only like 20 episodes?
There's
like 23.
Well, I want to say there's like 26. I think it's just 13 and 13. But it's man, it looks awesome.
Why would they charge? There must be like a...
Oh, dude. Because it has the English up there and everything. Yeah. So it looks really good, though. And, yeah, it's... Man. It's going to be a tough $50 for anything, but I think that anime is worth it. I'll probably end up purchasing that day one.
So you got the set? Like, is that like a full set of Demon Slayer, or is it just one?
It's the first half.
It's 2 Blu-ray discs. It's 2 Blu-ray discs, but that have 13 episodes.
So they don't have them in 4K, right? It's just 1080p Blu-ray.
It's just 1080p.
I mean, it still looks good, probably, right? There's no like.
No, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, because I was watching the Batman anime. You know, it was a Batman. What's it called?
The animated series.
No, he's like in Japan. It's like 3D. He's like some of those DC one-off projects where he was like in Japan. It's a crazy series. I think it's called Batman Japan or something like that. I'll look it up, but it looked pretty like grainy and artifacted, even though it was like a Blu-ray. I was kind of disappointed with that one, so I was hoping it wasn't be like across all kind of animation and stuff. So that's good.
No, I don't know. This is 1080p, but it looks fantastic. It looks awesome. I was happy. I'm happy with how it came out.
Oh, Batman Ninja. That's the one.
Oh, Batman Ninja. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, I guess we'll go to gaming news now. I was just excited.
Let's go.
Yeah. Gaming news.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Go ahead.
Oh.
Gaming news!
Gaming news! All right. Guess what? What happens on November 10th? I mean, why wouldn't we talk about Game Pass for the millionth time? But Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is joining EA Play on November 10th, which we will also be able to play Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Like, that is
game.
A huge day one game if you have not played it. That is amazing.
I have not. I have not played it.
It's a Dark Souls light Star Wars game.
Yeah.
That's what I would say if I had to describe it. But it's fantastic. It has a good story. It has interesting characters. They absolutely nail the Star Wars universe. A lot of the kinks have been worked out. And now with the Series X, you'll be able to run that frame rate mode if you're looking for a smooth experience. Or if you want the high res mode, you still got that, which I think will be locked. But I don't know I don't know what kind of information we have on that so far.
Okay. I'm hyped for that though. I'm just not going to be playing on the Series X, so that's the only thing.
It's still worth playing. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
definitely give it a shot.
Oh, I will. I didn't buy it specifically because I thought it was going to be in EA Play or whatever, or EA. I forgot what was it called before they changed the name.
EA Access.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah,
But,
that's cool. Yeah, it's a good addition. I mean, I have it already, but for those who never played it, that's a good. That's more value added to the to the Game Pass service. So can't go wrong with that. Yeah, and the 1080p. I mean, it still looks good in 1080p. I mean, it's not. They have it's not like super jaggy or anything. It's just still kind of smooth because they have, I guess, new rendering techniques that makes it less like jaggy looking on Unreal Engine.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I guess different. Maybe I don't know if they have temporal aliasing into aliasing or something. I don't know, but
Well,
yeah,
even
I
if you're
believe
not playing
Unreal Engine 4
yeah,
has that.
yeah. So it looks good. I mean, even at and it's gonna look really smooth. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. Actually, a bunch of games like Code Vein also ran at like a weird frame rate.
Yeah.
I want to try that one out.
I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But even if you aren't getting a Series X this holiday, it's a cool game for Tuesday to pick up. Part of a Game Pass subscription.
Right, yeah. Infinity Line says have it on disc, but digital, oh hell yeah, might be my first game on the XSX. Are you talking about Star Wars, Josh?
He's talking about Fallen Order.
Oh, okay. Yeah, disc is like, I don't even want to touch it anymore. I just want to everything digital.
What are discs?
Well, they're these round things that you
Oh,
slot in.
are they like records?
Yeah. Digital records.
Digital records, cool.
For some reason, I still buy them for PlayStation. I don't know why. I think it's because I think in the back of my mind that I'm like, I'm going to trade these games in. I think that's what it's got. It's got to be that.
You don't trust their digital system either?
No, it's not. That's not that. But I don't know why. But no, I didn't get. I got Last of Us digital, but everything else, like I bought God of War disc, Spider-Man disc. My son, he got a whole bunch of games, and all the games that he always gets are disc games. I don't know why. For some reason on PlayStation, that's just the way we play them. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well,
I only have one
interesting
game this entire generation on a disc, and that was Guitar Hero. Honestly, this is the only disc I have. Yeah, for Xbox is Guitar Hero.
I got about
because
4 or
you
5
had
of
to
them
get
on Xbox.
you had to get there was no digital version of Guitar Hero, so you couldn't just buy like guitars and download the game.
Yeah, but discs have also like interesting little quirks. Like Digital Foundry loves to have what's the game? Assassin's Creed
Unity.
Yeah, they love to test that because it has like an unpatched code in there that lets it run at 60. So that's kind of the only thing that's interesting with discs. If they're unpatched, you can run them like that, and it'll be like it'll run at weird or interesting resolutions or frame rates. There's another game like that too. I forget which one. But yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of interesting with discs.
Yeah, you get a pre-patched game, get some interesting stuff out of it.
Exactly.
Not really. Shit, I haven't put a disc in that didn't have an update this whole generation.
No, but you can cancel the update and still play the game and play it without.
Not if it's got not if it's got an online mode. But yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're doing with Assassin's Creed is just to see how well, because they know what the performance gap is and they can use it to benchmark consoles and everything.
Yeah, I would imagine
versus having versus having they can use they know where it ran originally on Xbox One. They can use it to test the One X and the Series X by running the same original game.
Yeah. Stuff.
All right. What we got
All right,
next?
so other EA stuff. EA and the next generation of games. So like, there was cool news about Star Wars Squadrons. This is a game I really enjoy. It's going to have a 1440p 60 frames per second mode on the Series S and a 2160 by 60 frames per second mode on the Series X. And then they'll both have they'll both have a 1440p 120 mode. Wait, what is it? The game will run up to 1440p at 120 and up to 2160 at 120 respectively. So yeah, that'll be cool. The PlayStation 5 version, they've only announced 4K 60. There's no 120 mode yet.
Yeah, I just saw something about it. It was like 1440p or something like that. It was like running PS4 Pro settings. It was just weird.
Yeah. That's what I just read, the same thing that you put into the chat.
Yeah, they've had some kind of funky news lately over there in the Sony world.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, I got it right here. Let me see exactly what it says. That's it. Yeah, I think it says it just has improved lighting in comparison to the Pro version.
Mm-hmm.
So it says it'll run between 1440p and 1800p at 60 frames on PS5 and PS4 Pro. And then it has a 60 frames. I guess it's a locked 60 frames mode at 1440p. I'm assuming. So it's weird. It doesn't even have as far as I see here, it doesn't even say anything about 4K. It's just 1440p and 1800. I guess it's a dynamic 4K.
Yeah.
I'm just not saying it.
I mean, it shows kind of. It may hint at what the power difference is. I don't know, but we'll have to see more.
Well, I'd say any games that are running using DirectX, EA games.
Infinity Line says, thought PS5 can't display 1440p or something. That's what Twitter was chatting about yesterday. So
they just don't. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, yeah, and I think we all understand it. So they don't allow you to hook up to a 1440p monitor. But like the game will still render at 1440p, and they can scale it whichever way to get that 4K that output. But it's not. So of course the console can like render the image natively at 1440p and then upscale. It's just they're not, as of right now, supporting it. I could see that changing very quickly though, because it's not. There's no reason the PS5 can't. Like it's just them adding the standard essentially.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong and I'm oversimplifying it, but of how much work it would take for them to implement it, but it's still like that console can definitely handle a 1440p output because that's I believe that's part of the HDMI 2.1 spec anyway.
Yeah, but they got that one thing that they put in their HDMI where you can't like cap it a certain way. You know what I'm talking? I forgot what they call it. You know what I'm talking about? Where they they turn off like your capping and shit. I think that kind of messes with their the output.
Oh, they can change. They can stop you from using a capture card, like.
Yeah. Like you never notice when you play on PlayStation, it pops up. It'll say like the capture mode has been turned off. I forgot. There was like a big deal about it there for a while, and they had updated it to fix certain things.
On PS4 you had to turn off the HDMI. What was it?
I forget what it's called. But I'm sure that has something to
maybe I'm getting the acronym
I'm sure
wrong.
that has something to do with the reason why you can't probably hook it up to for now until they patch it. It's something to do with those weird resolutions. They got some sort of thing in there. Like, I don't want to give out the wrong information, but that definitely has something to do with it. I remember them mentioning it before on PS4, PS4 Pro, because at that time they were talking about it. Xbox was supporting 1440p and stuff. So, but it's just something to think about.
So, Eric said that he would have loved to have been here, but he has to be up at 5 in the morning.
Who's that?
So, Eric.
Okay. I'm sorry. He's here in spirit. Eric?
We can have a moment of silence for him, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was going to
As he eats An expensive piece of cherry pie.
Yeah.
Is that his thing?
Well, this is a really old joke. He went and bought. So we were like on one podcast. We were talking. I think it was like for Thanksgiving or something. I was like, man, yeah, I really enjoy cherry pie. He's like, yeah, I've never had it. I was like, yeah, cherry pie is delicious. And he went and bought like a $20 slice, like a small slice of cherry pie, but he got it cold. He's like, I don't like it. It's like, well, you get it hot. Like, you don't eat cold cherry pie. I mean, I guess you could, but like, it's not how you first taste that. Like the first time you have apple pie, it's a hot piece of apple pie with a thing of vanilla ice cream. You know, it's one of those like, oh man, this is brilliant. Like this works. Like
this is how you do it.
This is how you do it properly.
It tastes so good to make a grown man cry.
Yeah. But same thing, you know, with cherry pie, you don't have it cold. And then he was like, nah, shit's terrible. And it was like, you spent $20 on a slice of pie, first of all. That's fucking way too much.
Where did he get this pie from?
He said he claimed to go to some like premium fucking pie place in New York. I don't know. But it was like a $20 piece of pie.
What a tangent for Eric.
Wow.
I'm going to let him know now. Talking about you and pie.
Yeah, cherry pie.
There you go. Now he knows. No talking behind the back. All right. What else? Apex is supposed to be getting its update next year. With more formal enhancements planned next year. But it's going to be boosted up to 1440p now.
I was a little confused about that. So, like, is it going to be 1440p 120, or is that just going to be what the BC update? I mean, what the BC is going to push after, like, the BC, boosts or whatever, like the resolution plus the 60. So I'm not too sure about that one. I'm guessing
right now. I think they're just not doing anything other than a res boost, just so they can toss it out the door real quick.
My question is, did they push out the other update, like to add crossplay in the Switch version? Is that done?
Oh man, look who sneaked in here!
Oh, it's Pie. It's the Pie Man.
It's the Pie Man. I'm here. Popped in.
So, did you buy any pie recently, Eric?
Some cherry pie.
You really fumbled that pie.
Cherry pie. Ah, yes. I realize why you. We'll see. Listen, now I haven't had any at all. Probably won't.
Yeah. All right.
I have some apple, maybe some peach.
Well, I know you have to be up early in the morning, but so I'll go ahead and ask. What was your game of the generation, Eric?
Oh, game
what do you do? It doesn't have to be the best game you've played all generation. What stands out to you? What was that Xbox One, PS4 defining moment? I guess what stands out to you?
I still think, because it's in my mind, I always wanted it. This is funny. I thought when Gran Turismo 5 would come out, right? I was like, oh, this is gonna be a game. And that thing. Halo 5. Halo 5, I thought that would, but no, it wasn't. I would say then new IPs. I thought that would Overdrive, God of War isn't one, but also Witcher 3.
Wait, is he breaking up just for me or for everybody?
Yeah, no,
for everybody.
We kind of pieced it together.
Okay.
Yeah,
something about God of War not hitting it. Neither did Sunset Overdrive.
Okay, I was like, damn, my internet fucking up. I took my shit off.
No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. I mean, you sounded pretty good at first.
Okay, sorry. It may be me a little off. Okay, what I was saying was Witcher 3. I think that would be it.
That's a good one.
If I'm being honest, Witcher, and when I look at a lot of games I've played, even shooting, even some other games, other studios, I even like that other game, Remnant Ashes. I finally got to play it this year. That was an interesting game. play Destiny, but I don't really can't just look at it like, man, that's a good genre. I didn't play last 2.
What?
So I didn't play none of that because I'm not gonna play. I'm not.
You gonna wait for the PS5?
No, I was spoiled thing. So I was like, oh, God. After I found that, I was like, oh, I'm not.
Oh, you spoiled. It's
Yeah,
still worth playing.
horrible thing that they did in that game. I'm not
I will just say this: the gameplay alone is worth playing it.
I'm pretty sure the Naughty Gods did good.
It's worth it. It's worth
like
it.
I see the game generation, I would probably still pick Witcher 2. It was just so engrossing. I just can't see the game that, and also it was the major big RPG that really wowed to that scale. Like Fallout, kind of disappointing.
It's like the Cliff Notes of Eric.
Yeah, this is very entertaining.
Yeah, like Fallout. We didn't get an Elder Scroll, so that's the major.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there something going on again?
But it's been the whole time, man.
It's like you get to like a noun.
Hold on.
You get to a noun, and it's just like overdrive, and it's like, okay, I think I know where he's going with this.
Doing that? Is that better?
You know how when they do those little tests where they'll put a whole bunch of words next to each other, but the first letter of the word and the last letter of the word is what it should be, and they jumble up everything in between, but you can kind of still read what it says when you put it together as an entire sentence. That's what it's like. That's what it's like listening to you right now, Eric. We can get it, but it's.
I think it was
a little jarring.
Does it seem like it's cutting out? Wow. Let's just say it's Witcher 3, and that's
Witcher 3.
That's it.
All right.
Okay.
That's
cool.
a good.
Thank you, sir.
We got it.
In post, we'll go ahead, cut that up. Like we'll mix it around.
That's great.
Oh man, Eric, thank you for popping on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Eric.
We love you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we love you.
Thank you. I heard that. Oh no.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we heard you.
Yeah.
We heard the thank. We heard the thank you. We heard that part. We didn't hear that.
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
For Christmas, we might have to chip in and get you a mic or something. Like,
no, this is not the mic.
This is prime Eric with the Dixie cup and a string attached to the USB port.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying.
I'll see you guys later.
Eric.
See you guys.
Take it easy, man.
All right.
Eric,
All right, let's get back to some Xbox news.
yeah.
Apple TV is coming to the Xbox One, Series X, Series S next week on launch. So if you're a big Apple TV fan, you'll be able to enjoy it on the Xbox ecosystem. I believe it's coming to PS5 as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Microsoft is phasing out Xbox Party Chat peer-to-peer connections, beefing up security. So,
Thank God.
All right, here was the issue with Xbox. Well, this is the issue with any peer-to-peer chat. Oh man, I'm losing. Let me go DDoS VERN. Hey, join my party. And then VERN goes, who's this guy? Okay, I guess I'll join his party. Oh, now I have his IP address. Now I can stalk them. That was the big issue with peer-to-peer.
Security issue, yeah.
Yeah, so now that is going away, so you will connect to a server, they will connect to a server, and you just won't know the other person's IP. The only person that gets to know is Microsoft.
Yeah, only thing that sucks is if their servers go down and there's no.
Well, if their servers go down, you're not going to be chatting anyway.
Yeah, because they still do the handshake between the two of you.
Yeah.
So this is just adds a partial step of them just not allowing you. And to be honest, they've been switching over for a while now. What were you gonna say, Vern?
I was saying, don't they have a process now where it's like a fallback to peer-to-peer?
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. I was hoping they would have that as a thing, but I don't know if that's actually.
They're more, it's just the security risk of it, so they're just getting away from it. Mm-hmm. But at this point, I can see that with all platforms. You're just not going to have peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
The last big bit of news is more consoles are coming on launch day. So if you are trying to get an Xbox console on the November 10th at 12 p.m., you can refresh Walmart's webpage 1,000,000 fucking times to try to claim one of these consoles, or GameStop, or because this is they're not allowing any in-store purchases on either PlayStation or Xbox because of COVID. So you will be once again fighting with the stores imploding as people try to claim these consoles. I can't imagine they're going to have as many on the same day as I don't know, the disaster that was both the PS5 pre-order and Xbox launches. But yeah, you can definitely claim them. Now, for PlayStation 5, I believe Walmart gave out 3 times and are not telling you which time is going to have the console. But the Xbox is at noon, though. But yeah, so if you really still want to try to get one, yeah, November 10th is going to be you smashing the refresh button to pre-order.
You're better off just going to the store.
You can't.
You can't. You can't. It's online only.
It's online only.
Well, I guess the day of launch, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
That's what I'm saying. They won't let you. Yeah, it's online only. They won't let you.
What, for no stores at all?
Yep. They are doing no stores, no in-store purchases.
Damn. That's rough.
Yep.
All
right, but that's it for news, guys. That's it.
Well, I have a few items.
Okay.
Well, the new Game Pass games came out today. Knights and Bikes, East Shade. Knights and Bikes is pretty cool. A really nice, charming art style. It's published by damn, why is it my memory is Double Fine. But it's developed by a different developer. But yeah, it's a cool one. Definitely try that out. East Shade, Deep Rock Galactic, Trailmakers, which is funny because those 2 games were previously they're very similar to the games that Press Play were going to make before they were shut down by Microsoft. It was like one of those 3 prototype games, like
Deep Rock, yeah.
I don't think it's the same developer though. I think it's some. I don't know. It was like a weird thing. Maybe
it's some of the same developers,
right? Yeah, it's a weird hybrid, I guess. But
yeah, but they're originally supposed to do like a dwarves game. That was one of the 3 that they had a thing where people would choose which one they liked, and that was the one they would go forward with.
Yeah,
and it ended up turning into Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, and it was like there was like some other battle royale one, which kind of seemed like it turned. Like, what was that game that I think they decommissioned now recently? It was there's another battle royale game. I forgot the name of it. Damn it.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it had like a cartoony art style.
It was the one that at E3 had the crazy shoutcaster, right?
Yeah, exactly that one.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what
third person that had the bows.
Yeah. Yes.
I forgot what that's called.
Why can't I remember the name? It's I don't know why.
Because it got canceled.
Yeah, that's why nobody remembers.
They got a Series X patch and everything. A Series X, an Xbox One X.
Yeah,
enhanced
the
patch.
beta did. The beta did.
Yeah,
it got canceled.
It starts with a D or something, right? Like,
yeah, it's at the tip of my tongue.
I think it starts with an A, actually.
An A?
I think
Who knows? No one played it.
Now that's gonna bother me, but yeah, yeah. So like those 3 games, like they kind of oddly came out, even though the publisher, the developer was like Deep Six. But yeah, so those games are on Game Pass, so you can try all those games out. Also, Apex Legends Season 7 added a new legend, a new map.
I got it. Darwin Project.
Darwin Project. It wasn't D. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that. Remember the studio had made 3 games and they picked the one. Remember?
Yeah. That's
what studio was it? Twisted Pixel? Is that what it was?
Press Play, I believe.
Press Play. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So interesting. I mean, not one of them. Well, now they call Flashbulb Games. So the primary developer who made Trailmakers. Or I think they broke up into 2 companies or something. I'm not 100% sure. I'm a little fuzzy on that, but yeah, Flashbulb Games I think is mostly what most people from Press Play turn into. But yeah, so Apex Legends Season 7, new legend, new map. Actually adds HDR too. It looks pretty good. Adds clans and has a new battle pass. So yeah, definitely check this out. It's a nice update. Only complaint I'll say is the battle pass leveling is kind of weird. It's not so easy to level up. I think they said they're gonna add a faster leveling percentage. So we'll see. Also, the Dragon Quest S demo is now available on the Xbox Store, so you can.
And that the save will transfer over.
Yeah, so
and it'll be on Game Pass. So
yep, Game Pass. So you don't have to purchase it right away because it's in your Game Pass, included in your subscription. There is downgrades from the PS4 version, but honestly, if you never played it, you're not gonna know. Plus, it actually has upgrades, like the frame rate, 60 frames.
It's got the 2D mode.
2D mode, and
it's got extra content.
So there's a bit of a trade-off, but honestly, I think it's better. I think it's a better version, regardless of like the lighting and all that stuff that Reset Era likes to complain about. When I went on there, I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's not worth visiting that place.
Yeah, it's not that. It's not that serious. Yeah, it's just I mean, I understand like there's downgrades where they're not that great. I mean, Square Enix should have just upgraded the main game, but I don't know, for whatever reason they just used the Switch version and they up res it or whatever, and they just went with that one. So I mean, what are you gonna do? You know, just play it and enjoy it. You know, just happy with that. But it's going to be also on PS4 and PC, so I'm sure they'll mod that at some point.
All right.
Yeah. Besides that, there was also seen it for. There's a new ad for Xbox where they had like, I don't know if you have seen this. They showed like a guy, with his well, as a young dude. Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it was a very touching ad, but you know, I want to say this. I didn't see it. Both parents, so it was kind of weird. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
There's like no mom in it. I was like, where's the mom at? But yeah, it's a guy, he's a kid when the original Xbox comes out, and then he's a teenager, and then he has his own kid, and you know, then that kid is a teenager, and it's now. So, you know, kind of reminds me of another commercial that they had.
Well, the mom just doesn't like video games, so she's like, screw that dude.
Like, keep me out of this commercial.
Yeah, I don't care about video games. That's cool he likes them, though.
Yeah, I think the one you're talking about stuff is the PlayStation one. They had like a similar one where they're like PlayStation in the 90s, I guess, and like PS.
No, it was an Xbox one. I think the guy's like flying or something in the air, and he's like getting old.
The Power of Your Dream? Well, no, the Power of Your Dreams when he was flying, but he didn't get old.
No, there's another one. That's an older one. It shows all the consoles. He's like flying, and I think he gets old.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen that in a long time. I kind of barely remember, but I guess you could always YouTube it. But yeah, it's a nice ad. If you're my age or any of you guys in the panel's age, it makes you feel really old though. It's like it's a little depressing actually.
What? I'm 30. I'm so young.
Yeah, but you know, it's like you see you get kids, and then you see you're like the dad now. You're the dad now. You know, you're not that young guy anymore. You know.
I can still catch a football.
All right, that's cool. You know,
I can still run around and catch a football. I'm still young.
It's the guy he likes, you know.
Yeah,
you could run.
Yeah, I can still run a little bit.
Steph's not relying on his kids for everything just yet. That's what he's saying.
Nah, hey, they about to cut the grass next year. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. They cutting that grass next year. Tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's a cool ad though. I like it. It was a neat thing, you know. I hope they kind of distribute it more so that people can see it on like, you know, social media and stuff like that. Because it's a cool ad, you know.
Yeah, so I agree, man. They're doing a good job marketing this Xbox, and now all they need is a little, you know, some games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should. Did we talk about the reviews for the Xbox Series X? It's yeah, guys.
It's mostly stuff we already know.
Yeah. It's mostly positive.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Giant Bomb had the best preview today. They spent about 5 minutes just clicking the power buttons between Xbox One X, the One S, or Series S, and the Series X. They still think the One X has the best clicky button.
Compared to the Series X?
Series X, yeah. They just like the clickiness of the One X.
Talking about the button on the system?
On the front?
Just the front of the system. I mean, it was definitely a joke.
So it's a little mushier for the Series X?
Yeah, it's a little bit mushier.
Yeah, I like that better, but I'm a mushy keyboard fan, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
so
I mean,
reviews,
if you've seen one review, you've kind of seen all the reviews of. There's not a ton, it's not a content. There's a lot of stuff that's getting upgrades, but there's not like that big first party thing, and it's just
Gears Tactics.
A lot of potential, like it's the same kind of message on all of them. Like console hardware is great. Now it's time for software to start hitting. And if you do buy one, you're going to have plenty of things to play because you're just going to have all kinds of upgrades. But I think Giant Bomb put it best. Like, this is like the 1X upgrade versus like a brand new generation. And that's for either console just because we're not throwing all our stuff away. So it's just different.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's like a PC upgrade, like a really good PC upgrade. Right. I mean, that's and I think that's what we're going to continue to get from now on.
Yeah.
Where is this stuff?
No, I agree with that. That's actually a better way to say it. What he said, that it's like a PC upgrade. I think that's why I'm so like cool with not getting it right away. You know, because just cause like I don't feel like I'm missing. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I really want to play Gears at 120 frames in the multiplayer because I've been playing that a lot again lately. But I don't know. Like you said, it's less of a generational jump as far as like the things you get with the console. I mean, yeah, you're getting a nice new console with better graphics, but I mean, I could go get the controller and use it on my Xbox One X.
Yeah.
So, but. Man, I'm just trying to convince myself not to buy it, I guess. At this point.
Well, I think this is one of those consoles that, like, if somebody, like, let's say someone with switched to PS4 for like the whole gen and never played the Xbox, they come back to Xbox. It's fucking amazing. You have so many games that you missed out on that you could just jump back in and you get like awesome fidelity. You get Gears 5 all upgraded and all nice. And there's also the Gears upgrade that came out this week from Digital Foundry. It was like dynamic resolution, but with higher.
Yeah, it's dynamic 4K, but really high settings.
Yeah.
I mean,
also Forza Horizon 4 got even though it's gonna be 4K 60 with ultra textures and like it looks fantastic.
Yeah, the textures are fucking crazy, like so like high resolution. When you look at the floor, you see like
screen space reflections look good too.
Yeah, the lighting is very subtle. It's harder to pick apart because I've seen the comparisons to Digital Foundry, so but you do see better filtering on the ice and stuff like that. It looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I do want to play it again because I never got 8%. So it's a good. Plus, they had the DLC coming out for the campaign, so that's gonna be cool.
Isn't it single player campaign stuff, or isn't it like the Horde? Not Horde. What's it called?
The Escape.
That comes out.
Yeah,
December, right?
It's just Escape, right?
No, it's campaign. It's campaign content with those characters.
Oh, okay.
Single player stuff, yeah.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, plus it doesn't have. Well, they didn't have the velocity architecture upgrades implemented yet. I think they're gonna patch that in or something, or they're gonna implement some sort of update to utilize.
They're optimizing it, but it's not going to have velocity architecture. Yeah, they're optimizing games to make them load faster, but none of these games are going to be like built for velocity architecture.
So they're not going to upgrade it to use it.
It's not like it's more of like an engine thing. Like they'd have to like almost rebuild the entire game to like really take advantage of it.
Oh, okay, that's kind of a shame, but I mean, I guess understandable, considering it's not like built from scratch.
Because this, like, using velocity architecture is like understanding that when you go into a region, like, this is how you're going to load assets, and this is like the game just wasn't built that way.
Yeah, I'd imagine they'll still keep updating it, and maybe improve performance and stuff like that. Maybe it'll help it go further high up in resolutions, because I know it's they were still waiting for that RDNA 2 stuff to come in a little later.
Yeah, that's what the
tools.
rumor, the reason it got delayed. Well, they're behind on tools is
Uh-huh.
because they actually had to wait for full RDNA 2 versus other manufacturers, we'll say, that are going to be more of an RDNA 1 to 2 dev tool set. So that held them back.
Sorry. Yes, I would imagine they'll still be updating games way further into like the launch and as they go along, So they're gonna get better, perform better, look better. So just give it more time. Also, the Sea of Thieves update looks amazing. Did you guys see the frame rate on that? 60 frames.
Yeah, it looks
4K?
nice and
I
smooth.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks fucking crazy.
Gotta play that again.
Best water.
Yeah, the water. It just looks so different, like in 4K and 60. It's like a brand new game. Plus the combats, I'm sure it'll be a lot better at 60. Because 30, it's pretty rough, man. Even though it's not a great combat system, but even at 60, it's got to be at least a little bit better.
Yeah, it'll be more
Fight
fluid.
people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's stuff with the upgrades. Man, the gear stuff, I know people are kind of clowning it for like having one 1080p probably spot and it being dynamic, but I mean, it's high settings and like it's still doing a lot of stuff. It's still one of the most impressive looking games of the generation, even going into the next. So
it's still like what they're pushing. It looks insane. So
yeah. Plus the frame rate on the cutscenes is 60, so it's gonna look seamless when instead of going from 30 to 60.
Can't wait for ray tracing though. Ray tracing Minecraft, game of the generation. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we want to hit before we just go into any other news?
Well, I don't know if I might have mentioned PUBG got the update. It's a new season for PUBG as well. They got the 60 frames update, but I think I mentioned it already like a couple weeks ago. But
yeah, we did. We mentioned it.
Yeah,
shit runs like trash.
Did it go live as out of the
beta
early access or the beta version or whatever?
Oh, the
preview version,
the frame rate mode.
Yeah.
It's implemented. It has VSync on, so it's not quite as responsive as without the VSync, which kind of sucks. But
it'll be good on Series X though.
Yeah, plus with the
NS.
with the because I think they did improve whatever their latency a lot for the console and the controller, so that's gonna help definitely at least fix some of the issues that it may have now. So, but it's still really playable. I prefer to play it at 60, even at the 1080p. It just there's no way 30 is even playable anymore with the 60 mode, even with the hitching and all that. Yeah, good stuff, man. Definitely try it out if you haven't played it in a while.
I haven't. I'm not sure if I'll try it out. I'm gonna be honest. Well, might be done with PUBG.
Come on, man. At least play
it's just so hard to play it on a controller and then getting on PC and playing that shit. I'll just get destroyed by the people who would never ever stop playing the game.
Yeah, well, I get destroyed a lot too, so don't feel too bad.
I don't know, man. I might try it again. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All I know is we partially downloaded it and then we found out it wasn't part of the regular game and we deleted it.
Really?
Yeah, we were very upset. Very upset. But it sounds like it does work a lot better on the Series X though. So
yeah, I think it actually plays a little bit better than the PS4 version. PS4 version has some weird little performance things, but yeah. Trying to see what the new releases are. I mean, nothing. Dirt 5 came out for the PS. The current gen PS. I keep saying PS. Current gen consoles. What else? Watch
That's
Dogs.
reviewing
Current
fairly well
gen.
from what I hear.
Yeah. Ghost Runner. I do want to get Ghost Runner. That's a pretty dope game. Transformers Battlegrounds, which is like a little mobile-looking real-time tactics game. Definitely wait for sale for a bunch of these games. Yeah, nothing crazy though. It's mostly like small indie games, some cross-gen stuff. Yeah.
Did anybody play Watch Dogs?
I've been playing quite a bit of Watch Dogs Legion.
How is it? Did we talk about it last week?
No, I don't think so.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Actually, I think we did. Yeah, I think we did talk about it last week.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. No, but we can still talk about it. Vernon,
go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I think it's really fun. I mean, if you've played the previous Watch Dogs games, you're gonna get more of the same. It's a little different in the sense that you can't just upgrade one character to get all the cool stuff. You have to go around and recruit other characters to get the abilities you want, even though there is a way to upgrade all your gadgets and stuff. That goes across all the characters. But that's one of the differences, but it's got most of the same kind of gameplay loop, just a little more refined. All the puzzles are really fun, and because it's set in a little more futuristic times, there's some really cool things. Like probably my favorite thing is the construction worker drone.
Mhm.
It's designed to it's a really large drone that's designed to pick up like giant boxes and crates and things like that. So what you can do is you can actually get on it and then hack it and essentially fly all over the city on this thing, just causing mayhem. And it's great. It's great.
That's awesome.
So much fun. But it has that same creative element that I just love about the Watch Dogs series, where you just kind of you're functioning as like a voyeur who's just screwing everything up for everyone, and it's really satisfying. Maybe that says a lot about me as a person. I don't know, but I'm really enjoying it. It's a fun game. Story wise, I'm not sure. I think it's quite as interesting because there's not as many, like, I guess, characters, at least in it so far, that are interesting story wise, since you're it's a choose your own character kind of thing, But I do enjoy it, and I'm excited to see it with the ray tracing. From what we've seen, it looks good.
Yeah, the ray tracing looks quite impressive. I mean, it's running dynamic resolution, but that's fine, as long as it runs good.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm hoping they at some point put like maybe a frame rate mode. Seems unlikely.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we can start our game of the generation talk.
Well, I will say I can do mine real quick because Eric already.
You're breaking up, Dustin.
Oh, am I breaking?
Is that Eric? Is that Eric?
Oh man.
Yeah, I think it's Eric.
I'm gonna pop out, pop back in, see what happens. Hopefully,
you sound good. You sound good
now. No, I was gonna say Witcher 3 for me is my game of the gen. Like, I think it.
Yep.
It captured the most for me out of everything. Like,
are we about to have a Witcher circle jerk? Because I agree with you, and that's the game I was gonna pick, and that's the game that Eric picked.
Yeah. I think Witcher 3 did more this gen than any other game to like just suck my life away. Other than like stuff like Minecraft, but that I hate to say it's the previous gen. It's 360 technically, so can't count it for this gen.
Yeah.
Anybody else picking The Witcher?
Wait, what?
I'm picking The Witcher. The Witcher 3 and the way they told their story. I mean, I know it's been stressed, but like how the side stories feel like they're a part of the game, even though there's a lot of them you don't have to do it. It's just the way they tell the story. I think that they're the only game, the only RPG that I played where I felt like the whole game felt like it was worth doing, like all of the side stuff.
Super polished all the way through.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then the DLC was great too.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I didn't even beat the DLC yet, but I did beat the main story, and it was awesome. It was great. It was great game. I loved it. Anybody got anything about The Witcher? Did you have another game you wanted to mention, Dustin?
I don't think went up. I mean, it's a weirder generation than because last gen it went on for so long. We had like fucking 4 or 5. Like you had eras of the 360 generation, you know.
Yeah.
Like you had the time that you played Guitar Hero, the time that you played, Gears, the time you played, like there was just different things throughout the generation.
Yeah.
There were for this as well. I mean,
there were. I'm just like, it just had less. So like to me, like Witcher really stands out for me. Like it's just like this big game.
I'll say another game that stood out for me, and I hate to say it, but it's true. Destiny, first Destiny, I put over 1,000 hours in the first game, and I think I know this it was a thing before Destiny, but it was the first time I actually used looking for group, and it meant something for me because I remember not having people online to do like the raids and stuff and getting, figuring those things out, and then finally somebody said something about, hey man, if you just get on such and such website, you can find people to play with. And I did that shit, and it turned from a 40-hour game to a 500-hour game in like a short amount of time. I mean, it was crazy. And the lore, I mean, Bungie does better lore than any studio ever. I mean, that story was, suspect, but the breadcrumbs they leave you and shit is just so cool. Like the in-game breadcrumbs. I don't know if you guys are into Destiny like that, but the stuff that they leave you in the game, man, it's awesome.
Yeah, I recently got into it, so I think I know what you mean with the lore. It's a little too broken up for me though. I think they should have just made like a full game with the lore and then built out like a MMO style game, but I know people like the mixture of the two, but I just don't think it really works out as well for Destiny.
Well, I can't really speak on the second one so much because I have played it, but I kind of cared a lot less in the second game just because the first game took so much of my life, and when I say that I really mean it took a lot of time away from the stuff that I was doing outside of work, and I mean it was all of my time. I think the only thing that got me to stop playing Destiny was Game of Thrones when I figured out what Game of Thrones was. But I can't really speak on that. But I know the first game. Did you play the first one?
Very briefly.
Yeah, I will say that I like the stuff that we know about how like the game changed before launch, like how apparently that they kind of scrapped it or whatever because of the developer or whoever it was that left the studio. They had to change a bunch of shit at the end or whatever.
Yeah, Joe Staten, who is going back, which is interesting turn of like it's kind of an opposite of what happened with Destiny, which is funny.
Yeah,
he left because he cut out his lore up, and then in Halo he's coming in because of his.
that is funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. But yeah, man, Destiny 1, man, and that's another one I got to give a huge shout out to though. But I don't think any of you guys played Destiny like that, did you? What about you, Dustin? Did you play Destiny?
Not like that, no. Not at all. I mean, I've put, I don't know, probably 20, 30 hours into Destiny.
Oh, wow.
But, no, not to any degree like y'all. Like, I played it just to play with VERN and just bullshit around and shoot things.
Right.
I would not say I'm a competent Destiny player. Which is funny when you say you spent 30, 40 hours playing a game.
Well, it's free now, so I wish we could play all. Or 3 of us, whoever we want.
Yeah.
Better
that That is weird when you
Could
say it.
could we
Like,
all
that's
agree
another thing
that we need to bring one game back this generation?
What's that?
There's one game that's another. We'll add that in here. Like the one game you could bring back.
Okay.
I want Evolved to come back, sir. I want it back.
No, hell no.
Evolved. I think we put for 50 hours into that game.
We tried so hard to like that game.
Wow.
We tried so hard to like that game.
I mean,
but they can make a sequel, and it can be called Evolved
or Evolution.
Yeah, I like the operator variations in that game for Evolve. They had cool different trapper and guy who does the offensive stuff and.
But that style game, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been a couple that have been half successful, but it didn't really take off the 5v1 game dynamic.
The 4v1, I think is what it was.
4v1.
Yeah.
Isn't Dead by Daylight pretty much?
No, that's what I said. It's fairly successful, but it's not. It didn't hit the pub. It's not that huge thing that exploded that people thought it might actually become.
So yeah. I think that thing about Evolve, like you were saying, Dead by Daylight's the same thing. The difference between those two games is there's a lot of strategy and fucking character building and stuff that, just like how it was with Fable or whatever, that's in that game. Whereas Dead by Daylight, it's really because of streamers and shit, and people jump. It's funny to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We bought so much DLC for that Evolve game.
I know.
Yeah, because they sold it for fucking $8 right before they closed the game down.
Well, they gave it away for Games of Gold, right? Stuff was included, most of it.
I felt like that was because wasn't that one of the games that Microsoft marketed? There's 3 more games like that Microsoft marketed that got fucking the studio fucking went under. Well, I'm talking about the games that just the game fucking closed down or whatever. They stopped fucking, shut the studio down, or they just stopped supporting the game. That I feel like that happened to a lot of those fucking games.
But can't you still play Evolve just peer-to-peer or whatever, or is it completely?
Oh, I don't know.
Clue.
I don't even know.
I want to try it out. I'm gonna see if it can still play it.
Fuck?
I'm gonna download that shit actually.
Okay, I'll tell you the game that I think needs to come back. James Bond movie games. I fucking love those games. There was one at the very beginning of this generation that I thought was pretty good. It was like Call of Duty, basically, third person.
Mm-hmm.
Or Rainbow. It was like Rainbow Six. Remember Rainbow Six? The casino one. What was it? Vegas. Rainbow Six Vegas. Reminded me of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as they make them good.
Yeah, I always liked the James Bond games. I always thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, as long as they don't just. I'm surprised you didn't say Celeste, because I know you like that game a lot too.
Yeah, but it ain't going nowhere. I can still play that shit.
Oh,
so that shit, huh?
So it's not. It wouldn't be in one of your game of the generation type of things.
Oh no, I'm saying the games that would come back, but a game that if we talking about games that another game that I would want, like Destiny and Witcher, those are my games of the generation, and then I would say my last and final one has got to be PUBG. I got to give a shout out to PUBG. I put so much time in it. I love that fucking game. Ain't
you have
nothing
to find a genre. I mean, it built a genre this generation.
Yeah,
man.
Ain't no game that got my heart beating like that, like it did. Yeah. Like I literally could not play the solo version. I could only play with teams because the 2 or 3 times that I got to the final circle my fucking heart was beating like crazy. I thought I remember one time I was playing that game so much. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but an airplane flew over my head because I live kind of close to an airport, and I'd be like, plane. Like in real life, I was doing that shit. Like I was playing it so much. Like I was calling out and shit in real life. That's so funny. It's sad. Is what it is. Will, it's sad because my family was looking at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But man, PUBG. I think PUBG, Destiny, and The Witcher. I mean, those are games that, like you guys said, define a genre. They changed it. They transcended what the games before. To me, they did. I mean, what Destiny did was amazing. What PUBG did with it.
I mean, it
With
changed Call
the
of
100.
Duty completely.
Yeah. I mean, it felt like every game had to have it.
Yeah.
And then also the Witcher. And I wish that one of these Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo could do something like that. I feel like Nintendo got the closest with Breath of the Wild. I mean, a lot of people won't say that, but the way that their take on open world was just crazy. Like how you could just figure stuff out. And it sounds so simple, but it's just weird how they were able to put so many different mechanics in that game. It's crazy. It's basically like The Witcher, but almost better mechanic wise, or I would say better mechanic wise. Just a kiddie version of it.
No,
Yeah.
the most disappointing game of the generation for me.
Breath of the Wild?
It's a tie. No, not that one. Tie for me is between Geometry Wars Dimensions 3 was
Jesus.
it was awful. Just awful. And then Mass Effect Andromeda. Biggest disappointment this generation.
Yeah, that was
I would
say
put
Anthem
Mass
right
Effect Andromeda right up there too, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Anthem. It's probably my
Because
most,
like Mass Effect for
That's what it is.
360 changed RPGs again. It was just one of those like defining RPGs of like, man, this is fucking amazing for sci-fi RPGs. And then Andromeda was just like,
I liked it though. I liked it a lot, but it's definitely not up to the standard as the other ones. It's definitely like lower tier. It's like
I would say doing this show and being in the know with video games helped me not be so hyped for that game, just because we all knew before that game came out that BioWare wasn't making it. You know what I mean? So I kind of did not expect for it to be that good. But they were like, but they were making this new game and it's going to be like Mass Effect, but with, you know what I mean? And then Anthem came out and it was dog shit.
Yeah, definitely kind of left a stain and kind of BioWare's name. I mean, even though they didn't make it. I mean, I think there was they think they rebranded a bunch of studios into a version of BioWare, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, well, before the game came out, it was Dice. It was Dice that was making the game. It was like Dice. I forgot what it was called, but maybe Dice West or something like that. But then they changed that studio. I think it was a studio who made Medal of Honor made that game, and then they changed
which game?
Medal of Honor. I think that's the game they made right before they made that game.
Who are we talking about again?
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe the EA Medal of Honor that came later, not the original Medal of Honor.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Medal of Honor was it called Airborne, or I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, that studio, that the game they made before they made Mass Effect was that fucking Medal of Honor game. Forgot all about that game. Yeah, and then they were a Dice studio. Then they changed to BioWare. I don't even know what the fuck they call themselves.
Was it Edmonton? No, that's the main team, right? Was BioWare something Montreal? Oh, one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those fucking names. But yeah, because you remember
they were formerly DreamWorks Interactive and EA Los Angeles, but then Danger Close Games.
That's what it was.
Yeah, but those people didn't. I don't believe they moved on to. When the series put on hold, Danger Close was shut down. Some staff moving to Dice LA, and a Los Angeles studio of Dice. So no, it's not them. I thought it was some of the people that worked on Dead Space and all that, or maybe I could be wrong.
No, they all left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, because they closed it down. They didn't get jobs.
Not
within the EA and the thing. I was pretty sure those fucking Medal of Honor guys made that game.
There might have been some of them. I don't know.
They all changed their names all at the same time. It felt like that all happened at once.
Yeah, I know it was like a mix of different teams and like different.
Well, that was a bunch of people that should have been fucking making.
Yeah, it was BioWare Edmonton that worked on Mass Effect Andromeda. It was a new team made out of Montreal.
Okay, yeah, so it was.
But there was probably a bunch of people from all over EA there or something. So it may have been some from the studio you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the patch game overall is a lot better than when it started out,
Yeah.
but it's still it is definitely a like you guys said it's a step down from previous Mass Effects, but I don't know, it was still a good game. I still enjoyed it. So
Yeah. Okay, one more. What was the game that everyone thought was going to get a sequel and it come out that didn't happen? That you just knew there was like rumors and everything.
I thought Rise would happen, but then
actually
then it all went down. You know,
there's rumors of that coming to be true again. Though I think I've seen something on that.
yeah,
yeah. So
if it does, I would expect that to be a multi-plat though, instead of like just the Xbox. Right.
I don't even know. Maybe it's a possibility, but I don't even see how Crytek's fucking open still. To be honest with you, I don't even understand it. I don't know how Microsoft didn't just buy them or buy the IP.
Yeah,
it's fucking like they didn't pay their employees for. Could you imagine going to work for as long as they were going to work and not getting a fucking check?
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Come on. And like people remortgage their houses to. I'm like, if I had to do that, I would have a new fucking job so fast.
Yeah,
out of here.
Yeah, Crytek is being stupidly stupid and not selling, and getting their company out of the red and all that bit shit is going on. Yeah, I mean Microsoft is smart though. Global Publishing to try to get that as an exclusive like a Rise 2, but
I'm curious what the publishing rights are for that franchise because Microsoft did publish the first one. So I'm curious if they
tried to acquire the IP and they just had the game had already started getting made apparently, and they just disagreed on some. I guess they wanted to keep the IP. Crytek did, but I bet they wish they would have sold that shit then. They would have had some money and they could have paid some employees. I'd say the game that I thought that would have got a sequel this gen was Bully. Because we never got a Bully 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Shit, we didn't get a Grand Theft Auto game.
Are they still making that?
I don't know if they are or not, but they did a remaster and everything, so I thought maybe they would make one.
You know, that actually probably would be one of mine is Grand Theft Auto. I'm shocked we didn't get a GTA.
Well, I'm not so surprised just because how much it sold, and they didn't need them. They didn't need another one the way they were updating it, and then we got a Red Dead.
Yeah. I mean, it was GTA Online is what pushed it through, like the entire generation. But I mean, GTA 5 is a PS3, Xbox 360 game, and
that's crazy.
Like that's not, that came off of that generation, and we won't. And like they're fucking boasting about it for GTA 5 for PlayStation 5 and not a GTA 6. Like it's just
that's
all
terrible.
right. Like I don't know. This is weird. Like I get it's your moneymaker. They're definitely. I mean, it's like they want to make it their Minecraft or something. But like that, I don't know.
I'm waiting for my son to ask me to play that shit so I can smack him in the face. Like, bro, you can pick up prostitutes in this game. No, you're not playing this shit. I don't care if your friends get to play it or not.
Yeah, a little too edgy for him.
He has to learn to do what every other kid does. You go over your friend's house and play it on their console.
Yeah, come on and try to do that shit, get your ass beat. This is going to happen. I'm just keeping it 100.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was the biggest. Also, for some strange reason, like what about the worst sequels? Since we're kind of bullshit now, I think
Mass
Homefront
Effect
2
Andromeda
was probably the worst fucking sequel that we got this gen. Homefront 2.
Worst sequel?
Yeah.
Fucking I think Andromeda still counts.
What's that?
Mass Effect Andromeda still counts.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
That's actually a prequel, is it not? Is it not a prequel?
No, it takes place I think after the first game, but before any of the shit goes down and any of the other things.
Well, it's technically after the entire trilogy. Sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do a time jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a time jump because they're so far away. right?
Yeah.
And then they come out of or do they come out of cryogenics or something like that? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because it does technically take place after, but it's just in a completely different area of space, you know. So it's not really linked, but it sort of is. And
yeah, I
those
think
are
it
my issues
starts
with the
off.
game.
It starts off, I think, the same time as the first game, essentially.
Right.
And then it
but then
jumps
once you start
forward,
playing, yeah.
Is it really that bad in comparison to fucking Homefront 2? Did you
It's
guys
the
see
best.
how-
It's the best gameplay of the entire Mass Effect series. I will
That's what
say.
I did hear. I did. I remember.
But everything else is just not good. And
Mm.
it goes to show you that it's not the gameplay that was in the actual, controls, the fighting, the shooting, all that. That wasn't what made Mass Effect. It was the characters and the world building and the interesting storylines. And it didn't have all of that in the right way.
I still remember watching. Do you remember? Have you guys ever from the podcast before? But you ever seen when you go through the master relay with no upgrades? You ever watch that clip on YouTube? It's the funniest shit ever. You guys seen that?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so in you remember in Mass Effect 3, right? When you go through the master relay, towards the end, I think it's a little bit past the halfway point of the story, and you by then you're supposed to upgrade your ship so much, and whatever you don't get or whatever, it could cause crazy stuff to happen. Just watch that cutscene. It's crazy. You can have 3 deaths on your crew. It's fucking hilarious. I want to say when I did it, I think I almost lost a character, but I didn't, just because I didn't get 1 upgrade or something. But yeah, if you go with no upgrades, you can lose 4 people, 3-4 people. It's pretty funny.
Would Halo 5 count as a sequel, as a most disappointing sequel or whatever?
Man, you know what? I think that one would be. I think it's kind of unfair to say it's the most disappointing, because I think it was only disappointing because of the advertising, in my opinion.
That definitely skewed heavily.
Yeah, because when I seen the gameplay and I watched people play the story and E3 and stuff, I wasn't disappointed when I got to play it until I remember fucking Walking Dead season whatever it was premiered, and you see that trailer and Chief's walking and and he's walking up to the fucking the lock statue or whatever it was.
Mm.
And you think, and then there's another one, and his shield's all cracked, and then walking up to him, and he just beat his ass. And I'm like, what the fuck? And that shit never happens in the game. I just couldn't believe it.
I'm just baffled as to why they chose that particular part to focus their marketing on. That was that's so weird. I mean, it's such a small part of the game. I don't know. I think it was just a misfire.
What they had
They really fumbled it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a huge fumble.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And we're back.
I forgot about last week. What do you think, Dustin? What's your the worst sequel? Is it Mass Effect for you?
Geometry Wars 3D Dimensions.
Oh man,
that
damn,
shit.
Eric, what you say?
Geometry Wars. See, y'all.
Yeah, your mic's all messed up again or something.
Yeah, you said Geometry Wars though.
But Geometry Wars is the one that is. Yeah,
Geometry
it's
Wars,
do you think about if you the first game was good, it was in Project Gotham Racing, everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Then it became an actual game, and it was man, this is great. And then they released Geometry Wars Retro Evolve 2. It's fucking amazing. Sky's the limit for arcade games. And
that's
then,
the only one I played right there.
Yeah, and then they released the abomination known as Dimensions, and it was just just a terrible, terrible Geometry Wars game.
Since we're talking about worst sequel, does it have to be an Xbox game?
No. Whatever.
It's Last of Us Part 2 for me.
What?
That's Last of Us Part 2 for me. As far as disappointing. I just didn't like where it was going after within the first hour or couple hours. I was like, nope, I'm done.
Well, I could see that, but if you don't finish the game, then you got to finish, or you got to at least.
I don't want to.
Man. I can understand that.
Yeah,
you had an attachment to a certain character. You didn't like the whole revenge story.
Yeah, I just thought it was weak. It didn't immediately after that Yeah,
They were going for
I don't
shock
want
value.
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like shock value, and then I didn't really like the characters after that. You know,
I can see that, but if you play the game, like there's certain people who really like.
I'm sure the gameplay is good. There's a lot of things improved about the game, but
the
like
gameplay is great.
Just that once I got a few hours in, I was like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah,
and I probably won't. Man,
which is crazy.
That game was good.
To be honest,
the only thing I did not like about the game, Last of Us 2, the only thing I didn't like is the ending, where I felt like that they should have gave you a choice of a certain thing. Whatever. I don't want to spoil it. I mean, not like you could choose that. You could you're fighting. It's like a fight, like a final like boss fight, I guess you would call it. And I felt like there's a point where I feel like they should let you choose whether or not you wanted to do it or not, because ultimately it didn't matter whether you fought because of what happened. So I mean, after saying that, I wish I would have been able to just walk away. You know what I'm talking about? Will, did you play it?
No,
it's spoiled, so I know.
But you wanted it to be like a Gears 5 style thing, like at the end?
No, because that was you got to pick who died in Gears, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm saying like it's just this moment where, when the character is frustrated and she's like, "Fuck it, I can't let you leave, bitch. I can't let you go." But you build up to this moment with the character, and you're like, "Man, just let it go. Just let it go."
I assume you get to see. Without having known about. Assuming talking about between Ellie.
Yeah. Talking about Ellie, and you get to see the other character side of their perspective. So eventually, you're like, well, I mean, I can see her point of everything that went on. Like, there's people who love the other character, like her more than which I don't understand that shit. Fuck that, Ellie, that bitch.
It's very Metal Gear in a way, like Metal Gear 2. Solid 2, like kind of like with Riding.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. I would recommend at least playing at least halfway through that game. I mean, it's like 30 hours long. I'd at least recommend playing halfway through it. It's really good. The gameplay alone is worth playing that shit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll try to check it out when it's like PS5 enhanced or whatever, when it's on sale.
Oh yeah, it will be. It will be.
But I mean, I guess I didn't go into my favorite games.
Okay, tell us.
It's gonna seem weird, but I'm gonna say Quantum Break. I really enjoyed that game. Like,
right too.
Even how flawed it was with the combat and very loosey goosey. But
I'll continue in a second. But yeah, keep going.
No problem. I mean, the cutscenes, were kind of too long, like as far as like the movie parts, but they're supposed to flesh out the. I mean, I think they sufficiently fleshed out the world really well. And I just really love the characters. I saw so much potential in that game. Just like
what did you like about the combat?
Like I didn't like the way the cover system and the reload was. It was
okay. I could say I think the cover system was probably the only problem I had with it. But the reason why they did, if you listen to the way they described the gameplay, they said that they didn't really put a cover system in it because they designed they designed it to where you didn't really need cover because they want you to use all the powers and stuff like that.
But the way how much you get pelted with bullets, I think the cover system they should have still put that in there, even as just like something that you do between powers, just to kind of have a better flow. Because the powers don't shield you from everything. There's no way this guy should have survived so much bullets. I mean, I know there's like a kind of a story reason for it, because like people that turn into like time shifters or whatever, they become more I guess invincible because they're more like, I don't know, something going on with the story. But like but like Quantum Break, it was like probably one of my favorite games because I have 100% of that game. I got all the endings, checked all the cutscenes. I just love the story. So
yeah, I agree. That was a great game, and I got to play it on PC when it came out. So I got to play it like at a full 1080p with all the shit turned up at the time. So it was really great. That was a good game.
Yeah. I mean, besides that, Enter the Gungeon was an awesome game.
Yeah, you talked about that a lot.
Yeah, Far Cry 4, I 100% that one. I love that Far Cry, even though I know people love 3 the most.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to 3 at the time, so 4 is kind of my first Far Cry in some ways.
Uh-huh.
So that one is one of my favorite. State of Decay 2, awesome game. Put a lot of time into that. PUBG, of course, and Apex Legends. So those are like my top games. But if I just pick one, I guess it'll be Quantum Break, though.
Damn, I was not expecting that.
I know, right?
I have a bunch of categories I want to go over here, actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's see. My awards. Okay, we were talking about defining games of the generation. I have 3. It's The Witcher 3 because of the way they handled side quests, and everyone wants to do that ever since.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
Same thing as
Destiny
that.
as a shared world game.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Destiny, the original Destiny. I
You
think
said the same shit I said. So
exactly,
far.
absolutely, yeah.
You saving
Destiny.
it? You saving it for his?
Yeah.
Okay.
And PUBG.
Wow, PUBG.
Oh shit. Okay.
PUBG
Okay.
Battle Royale. You know,
Wow.
those are my defining 3 games, and we already kind of
appreciate-
talked about them before.
Yeah,
But as far
I don't
as
think you
like
can
where the
argue those games.
generation went,
Yeah.
where gaming is going, those are the 3 games. No, they're not my favorite games by any
No,
chance.
but they defined the
But those-
generation for sure.
But those are the defining games of the generation. I wanted to start
Yeah.
there. Okay, now we're gonna keep going. The game that I guess is like the polished indie game experience that was surprising, and I don't think we'll ever see something like this quite again, is Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh man, it's Inside for me. But go ahead.
Inside's right up there, but I put that as best WTF game because that game had me going, you know.
Sure.
But like polished indie experience, it never felt anything below AAA yet. It's still kind of an indie game, even though it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an independent developer, smaller studio, but yeah, definitely. And it's the first game I've played not on a Nintendo console that feels like a Nintendo game. Very cool. Best storytelling, Nier Automata.
Oh, that's a good one now.
Fantastic. You gotta play through the whole thing though. You can't just stop after beating the first ending or second. You gotta go through every single ending until you see those last credits roll. Because like it's great storytelling. Great storytelling. It's quite an experience. It's one of the best experiences of the generation. If I'm gonna say the game that first Souls game I stuck with and loved, Ashen. I'd never liked Souls games, like like Dark Souls and Demon Souls. Never got into them, and always had a hard time with it. But that game hooked me because I liked the whole like random co-op thing that happened, and it made me feel like even if I wasn't doing well, I could find a buddy to help me. But it was just a random buddy, and I would never talk to him, but I would, or her, whoever it would end up being. But just through like little in-game gestures and things and suggestions, you start to kind of figure out how to work together through certain segments, and it helped to ease me into the idea of those like stamina-driven Souls games. And once I figured that out, I was like, oh, I like this. I like this kind of game. And that's when I got it. I also really got into Code Vein because of that. Yeah. But that's a real special one for me. Game to brag about beating for me is Cuphead. That's the award for that.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
And another great indie game. Best time sync is Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Best battle royale for me, Call of Duty Warzone. I think it kind of took everything that has come before it and really refined it into something special that I'll continue to play for a long time. Here's another one. This is my personal fave for no reason. Is Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know why. Probably my favorite game all generation to play, but it's not what I consider the best game. The best game of the generation is Sea of Thieves.
Wow.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Because I had the most fun experiences playing that. The best stories I've ever had playing a game, probably Sea of Thieves, number one, because of just that emerging gameplay that happens and the way that game is set up. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Maybe PUBG can come after that one. As far
that's
as
what I
like
would say.
PUBG has that same. Every match of PUBG feels like a new adventure.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think Warzone does that as well, even though I like Warzone better overall.
Mhm.
But something about the size of the map, the big maps in PUBG, there's so much to explore in those maps, and you just do so much stupid shit with your friends, and so you get these great stories. Hey, remember when that happened or that happened?
I think the engine too. The engine like has a lot to do with it. I mean, it's kind of like that. Like you could take a hill and then all of a sudden your fucking car's turning like 50 times or something crazy like that. Or
it kind of reminds me of the old Halo days when you're
yeah.
playing with the Warthog physics and you're like, oh, let's go bridge troll this round, and you're trying to set up all the cars that way no one could get across the bridge, and like and then you're all kind of getting on top of the bridge and hiding situations and just for no reason. It's one of those games that makes you just think, well, let me try this or let me try that. Or my favorite thing was trying to do the boat strategy where you just like go and hang out in a boat and hide under like a bridge and just kind of take it in slowly as everyone's killing each other where it's just you at the end. That was always a fun strategy for me. But yeah, Sea of Thieves especially though, and the way it's evolved, the way it's changed, and the interesting people I've met, whether or not I still play with them or would ever want to play with them again. You meet some very interesting people.
Oh yeah,
Sea of Thieves for sure is like the most Uno 360 game.
Like that experience. It feels like the Wild West,
Yeah, because you never knew what you were going to come up upon. You knew that you were you're going to sail up. More than likely, the person's going to attack you. Whatever. It's Sea of Thieves. But then, like, you just have people screaming the most random thing. Like, it is the most ultimate party chat game of all time. Like, it's hard.
Or open chat too is hilarious in that.
No, that's what I mean. Like, it's the open chat to it that's just like bizarre.
If you're just in party chat when you play Sea of Thieves, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah,
you're doing it wrong. You just got to let that thing go with proximity chat and then enjoy the crazy.
Yeah, I remember doing trying to do a quest with like some other ship passing by about like, you remember the Megalodon quest or whatever?
Yeah. First expansion.
Yeah, and they're using that megaphone thing that it was playing with Anchorman at the time I think. It was so interesting and so fun. Like it was just like I've never played a game like that before. It's just like
because you didn't know. It was just like and then it just exponentially grows because you and another ship will be talking shit to one another, and a third ship of 4 people just rolls on up with a different dynamic, and it just keeps twirling into this like pot of amazing misery. It's like what the fuck is going on?
I think even games like Rust kind of pioneered that type of game.
Yeah. But I remember the first time we got every ship on a server, and I think you were there, Vern. We went and what was we all went to one island. Everybody lined up their ships just so we could all take a photo.
Yeah, the Dirty 30.
Why not? Yeah, the Dirty 30. Great. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah, we had a name for our pirate group. It was great.
Yeah. And everybody at like the server was like over 30. It was just like, yeah, we're the Dirty 30. Like that's
yeah.
But it was just
it's kind of interesting because
Sea of Thieves, if
you go to the store,
but you're right. Rust was what like did it first. Yeah.
But it's weird because we go to Sea of Thieves like on a store, everybody's getting like 1 star and like they're just like all hating on it. I'm like, well, what's the problem? Like it's Sea of Thieves. Like it's like I know people be griefing, but that's part of the game in a way. Like I don't know. It's like
it's pirate life.
It's by far their most successful new IP of the generation.
It's weird to say it, but it is. It's like
by far
generation,
and it's going to continue into the next gen too.
Yeah. So it's
just talking about this makes me want to fucking play Sea of Thieves now.
Oh, it's happening on Series X.
Yeah.
60. Oh
60
man,
frames.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Hopefully, no screen tearing. I mean, it's not as much as it used to be, but it's still kind of in there on the One X. But yeah, it's gonna look really nice on the Series X. I forgot to mention Streets of Rage 4 was awesome too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Really enjoyed that one, yeah.
But yeah, so that's all my stuff. I mean, I have other games I liked. I like Sunset Overdrive a lot. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah. Oh no.
Forza Horizon 4 was fantastic.
Titanfall was good too. The first Titanfall.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, Titanfall's great. Diablo 3 was a big game for me this generation.
Yeah,
Overwatch.
that game ruined my PC.
Overwatch. Yeah.
I would put Overwatch in one of those almost defining games, but it wasn't quite. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people tried to do. A lot of
It was Team
developers tried to do
Deathmatch.
something similar with it. Yeah, but never could quite achieve what Overwatch could do.
No, but I would say Overwatch was way more of an evolution of Team Fortress than it was. Like,
Overwatch is just like everything
Yeah.
Blizzard does. You know, they take the best ideas of someone else and try to make it better, like polish it. You know, I don't think Blizzard's ever put something out that was new.
Yeah, we've all played. I would say we all agree. Overwatch is a fucking phenomenon, and it's a great game. Yeah.
Yep.
But Team Fortress did it first.
Yeah.
You know,
Simpsons did it first.
Diablo, the original Diablo, I would say, is the only Blizzard game ever released that is completely original for me, in the sense that no one else did a game quite like Diablo before the original Diablo came out.
Wasn't there the other game?
I mean, Warcraft had already. It was doing. Did Warcraft come out before or after the original Command and Conquer?
I believe it's before.
Before? So is Warcraft like the first like real time strategy game, or were there some other ones before it that kind of did the same thing?
Like what Command and Conquer did that was unique was like character movement, where you could have like 10,000 things moving across screen and the AI controlling it properly to get your tanks and everything across the screen. But I think Warcraft's the first. Like,
yo, no. Herzog 2
I was gonna say, what about Baldur's
on the
Gate?
Genesis, and yeah, was apparently the first real-time strategy game ever made.
What about Baldur's Gate? Was that after Diablo 1 or was it?
Baldur's Gate was after Diablo.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not a real-time strat. That's not a Diablo-style game. Baldur's Gate's a CRPG.
Yeah, I guess I'm talking about Dark Alliance then, because I was more like
Dark Alliance is a Diablo-style game. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot though. I wish they brought that back.
But yeah, I mean, I think the original like big RTS games though are like Command and Conquer, Warcraft, and StarCraft.
StarCraft is huge.
Those are your like pillars of that genre.
Yeah.
And then by the way, the remaster for Command and Conquer is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, I feel like Blizzard's never really made like super original stuff. It's been more, hey, let's take this thing that's really cool and make it way better, you know? And that's not a knock on Blizzard, just that's how they've always functioned, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like Apple.
But Diablo is really like nothing before it, so I'll give them that. I don't even know why I got onto that tangent, but yeah, Overwatch, it's fun. But I think that's really all my games I wanted to talk about for the generation.
All right.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. I think we'll call it here.
We'll call it.
Well, we have to all decide on the best game.
Wait, we're voting?
I think we should, right?
I'm voting Witcher.
Yeah, if you don't pick Witcher, you're not American.
I'm not picking Witcher. I'm picking Sea of Thieves. But so we got 2 Witcher 3s, a Sea of Thieves, and what about you?
Quantum Break. But that's just
Quantum
Can
Break?
I think? I need a minute now. Fuck, Sea of Thieves or Witcher? Nah, I'm still gonna go with Witcher. I love Sea of Thieves, and I've put more money into Sea of Thieves and still don't own it than any other fucking game I've ever played.
I got an idea. Let's all each say 2, and then we're gonna throw those into a pile, and then we pick the best of those 2.
That'd be Sea of Thieves and Witcher for me.
For you, okay.
Yeah.
For me, it would probably be Sea of Thieves and. Y'all are gonna think I'm crazy for this, but I'm gonna throw Destiny in there just because it's so influential.
Yeah, that's my second one. Destiny and Witcher.
Destiny and The Witcher. And what about you, Will?
I say Quantum Break and PUBG.
Quantum Break and PUBG.
So
it's either Witcher 3 or Sea of Thieves, and it sounds so Witcher 3 it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Witcher 3 it is if we go by like what we all kind of talked about. I think.
Yep.
I mean, there's I will say like nothing. It's not that it did side quests first or something. It's just it did it better than anything. Like it was.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so hard to explain. Like side quest, and you hear it, and you're like, and it's like
it's probably the it's like the biggest, most complete game ever made without bloat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no bloat in it, like a Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
Or an Elder Scrolls has like huge branching
pretty
side
close,
quests.
yeah.
Like it. No, I'm
Not
just
the
saying.
same.
Like it had its. It has these huge side quests, but they always feel kind of like they feel like you have to give more to it to like get into the fantasy of it, and you're like, okay, I understand this game looks like a terrible game.
Yeah.
Well, like Witcher, the voice acting, like the visuals, everything, just like it just clicked. It was like watching a cinematic movie for every side quest. Like you were just like, okay, down the rabbit hole. Like we're going to go find a fucking shoelace, and I'm 4 hours into this mission because a kid disappeared. All right. Well, I think we've come to an end of this week's podcast. We appreciate everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us, especially through the generation. But we will be back next week to talk about the Series X after we've played them and
that's
done
true.
all kinds of
Give you
next
some
gen
impressions.
Yeah, that's right. Some next gen feels. But until then, y'all take it easy, be safe, and remember, this ends our 2020 election coverage. So see you next week. Peace out, everybody.
Later.
Peace.